And it is time to start the stream. So the stream will be again for Artstation reviews. So last time we were up to this point, and I counted yesterday, there were about 45 reviews posted after this one. So after the last one we currently reviewed in the last stream. So we will start from this one, and probably by the end of the stream there will be more than 50. But we will see what we can do about it. So this is Espinosa 746. I like the render overall because everything is visible. There are no super harsh shadows. The pose is cool. It's nice. It's a stylized character. Who is this? Kid Buu from Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z is pretty famous. But what happened with the playback? There is a problem with the stream, I guess. Tell me in the chat if there is a problem with the stream, or is it? Because I see the OBS is streaming, but in YouTube I cannot see what's happening. Which leads me to think, it looks good. So I have to just refresh probably. Okay, yeah, it's here, good. Now, this guy looks fine, Dragon Ball Z. I have to watch it someday, probably. The folds on the pants. So this kind of baggy pants are very, very hard to do, usually. And what I would do, if I have to do this kind of pants, I would try to find references. I'm not sure there are a lot of references about this, but you have to find whatever you can, because otherwise you will end up with something like this, which is not ideal. It's bearable, you can go away with it, especially if you show your model like this. But if you show the pants, then it's a little bit awkward. So let's see other artworks from this guy. Yeah, I'm saying guy. When we don't know the actual gender, I'm assuming a guy. Yeah, this is gender. I'm not sure how it was called. Gender something. But it was a bad thing these days. It's a bad thing to assume the gender, yeah. Super bad. But I'm still doing it. Okay, I think we saw this back in a couple of Artstation portfolio reviews ago. We saw this overall thing, and yeah, it's cool. It's cool. I like it. Here the folds are relatively nice because they are not that visible, they are not wrong. So it's important, especially in the stylized characters. You can make folds which are just a few, not too many, but they have to be in the right position. Don't make wrong folds. Wrong folds are the worst. So some people, and many people, especially beginners, are making folds just so the folds will be there, just to have some folds. And that's a huge mistake. If you don't know where to put the folds so it will look nice, just don't make them. Make few here and there. The safe bet is to have folds here in the bottom area, diamond shape, to have some folds here in the top area, but mostly in the back and the sides. Again, diamond shape folds will be fine. And here, this X folds in the crotch, and you don't need too many of those, you know. Just put those and it will be fine. If you make more, then you risk your work to be... And, of course, by using references, nice references from other people, for example, other very good artists who have made something similar, with similar pants, you can learn a lot. So using references is always a good thing, and I always will say that. Except if when I grow older and I got wiser, and suddenly I realize that using references is a bad thing, but this will never happen because, you know, using references is especially when we are learning. For example, remember Kim Jong-un, I think was the name, or maybe I'm wrong, but this guy who was drawing, he died. This guy who was drawing from memory, and he was drawing amazing stuff. And many people say, how talented is this guy? He's some kind of a phenomenon. He's not exactly a phenomenon. He was just spending most of his time of his life drawing. And in the young age, I'm sure he was drawing from reference a lot of things. For example, taking a motorbike and drawing it from this side, then from this angle, then from this angle, and then your brain absorbs all of this information, and now you know how to draw a motorcycle from all angles. Then you go and draw a tiger from all angles. Then you go draw a person from all angles, and suddenly you start to know. So you have to draw from references or sculpt from references in order to learn, in order for your brain to know how to do those things. You cannot kind of be born ready. No, you have to teach your brain with references. If you don't, then your work will be subpar, so it will be a low level, low grade. It's not good. Hey Speed, do you speak Russian? I understand that I don't speak it. Why? Почему? Я не говорю по-русски. Потому что у меня нет practice. I don't have practice. The practice is the problem. You may know some language. You know how I'm switching from team to team. So you may know some language, but you understand it pretty well. But if you haven't spoken it ever, then you will have difficult time. After some practice for a couple of months, for example, I probably will be able to speak Russian pretty well. Kim Jong-gi, exactly. Kim Jong-un is the same. Man, do you remember me? I don't know. Do you remember me? We're just 3D copy machines. We're just... It's something like this, yeah. I'm the only who sent you devil model to you. Could you review it and tell me if I can enhance it? You can always enhance it, believe me. I haven't seen it now. I don't remember it quite well. But I can tell you, you can enhance it. That's definitely true. Brother, you're Marvel fan. Who is your favorite character? My favorite character is, I don't know. But probably Deadpool. I started learning Russian today, so I asked you. Good job. I mean, learning another language. It doesn't matter which one. Turkish, Russian, Spanish, of course, is always a good thing. Especially of those languages like top 10 languages in the world, which Russian is part of. Top 10 languages is like English, of course, is the first language. Not mother languages. Top 10 languages that people speak as their second language or first language, doesn't matter. English is, I think, the first place. Second place probably is Chinese, not sure. But Russian is some place in the first 5, so it's in the first 10, so it's fine. Russian is a good thing. Spanish, of course, is one of the top 5 for sure. Let's go to Shashank Pandey. Okay. Butchering the name. Good. So this is a young guy, judging by the picture. And this is looking not bad. This muscle here, my favorite muscle, sternocleidomastoid, usually when you look at people, real people, you will see that it's not that pronounced. It's very pronounced in very muscular people who are like training their neck, and then it will be bumped. Otherwise, it will be kind of flat and going with the skin and everything. So if you make it that pronounced, then... but other than that, it's looking pretty great, I would say. One eye, distance between the eyes, maybe a little bit push here in this area will be nicer. I mean, this area here, it's more like bony here. So it's not that white usually, but it's looking good. It's looking great. Yeah, the problem with this is that this is pretty simple model. What I mean by that is most relatively good artists can do this for, let's say, 2 hours at most. So if you want to develop a professional portfolio, put more things like this. This is a low poly, I see, probably with, yeah, it's a low poly with maps, with normal map, with everything, and it's rendered pretty well, so it's looking nice, although it's a prop, but it's a pretty complex one, so it's looking good. This one also is a prop, and we have shadow on the floor here. Here we don't have shadow on the floor, and that's a little bit disappointing. You always should have shadow on the floor. If you don't have shadow on the floor, you're doomed. But whatever, I mean, it's good things, but we need more characters, because we have one. It's looking relatively fine, but it's something like, for example, this I will consider a practice piece. Something I do for practice. Sometimes I do pieces like this, and then I just close Blender because I don't need to save them, you know. This is for me, of course. I've been a professional 3D artist for, let's say, 15 years. kind of. 2010, I started doing 3D. I was already in Gameloft. I started to do 3D characters 2010, so they're not 15 years, but 14 years already. Good. Otherwise, good presentation. What I mean by that is there is no like super dark things, and the characters or the objects in this case in your presentation is the object is visible, and there is a contrast between it and the background, which is great, and I always admire that. I always say that it should be, Indian, of course, but which Indian? I've heard in India they have a lot of languages, which probably are similar, I'm not sure. That pronounced there be a bodybuilder on the roids. Good. Nico, do you watch Miss Plus Size Bulgaria? No, I haven't. I like the kebab princesses. Everybody has their own preferences, so I don't. I'm very old, 33 years. Yeah, you're like grandpa. 33 years old. Super old. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, this is just... Is it possible to learn Blender for myself to sculpt and make my own animations as a hobby, or is it too late? If you try hard, you can learn Blender to sculpt and even to animate in about a year, 1 year. Yeah, your sculpt will not be on a professional level, but there will be in a decent level for you. So, but if you just have to try. So, if you plan to live 1 more year at least, so to 34, I think you can do it. I think it's not too late for you. That's my 2 cents about this. 33 is young. Yeah, there's people which are 60 and they start and they are doing great. I don't have 10 years time for practicing. I have a job. Yeah, that's definitely a problem when people get older. But you can postpone that. For example, now you're 33. You're working, you have a job, you have family, for example. You cannot quite learn. So just postpone it. Just wait until you get pension, and then you will have time, and then you start sculpting and doing what you like. This is not a good way. So it's not a good opportunity. It's not a good if you imagine this, it doesn't look good. So just take time other than your work if you like it, of course, and you will have fun. You will have fun if you like it. If you don't like it, then find something that you like. It's fine. Don't fight in Russia and you should be able to live till 34. Yeah, exactly. How much hours do you sleep every day? Around 7, I think. Just have your family. Family forever. Now, let's go to this guy, which is from Romania, of course. When you see Scu at the end of the name, it could be from Romania. Most likely it is. Romanian guy, okay, good. We have a castle. I like this castle. It's looking good. It has a nice texture of stone and everything, and it looks great. There is a little bit too harsh shadow in this area here, but other than that it's fine. Let's see, this is the character. We have muscles, we have nice arms, by the way. Only 4 fingers, but doesn't matter. The arms and hands are looking nice, especially the hands. The arms, yeah, wow. These pants and these boots are looking pretty good. Here I have some things to say, especially on the face. It's a little bit but the pants and the boots are looking great, very good. So I would like to see more characters from this guy, because he has potential, in my opinion. Everybody has potential, of course. If I'm watching somebody and saying that this is not good enough, something, it doesn't mean he doesn't have potential. Everybody has. But when I see something like this, which obviously is something that the guy was working for a bit, so a couple of hours, 10, 20, 30 hours, especially the shoes. I don't know if the shoes are made by the guy or he took them from somewhere. Probably he made them, but they're looking great. I mean, it's rarely to see somebody who is making not so many characters, but to make this nice shoes. Probably because he is a hard surface artist and he can make shoes, which is great. Shoemaker. I like it. When I see nice shoes, I'm very glad. Because there are even professional artists who cannot make a nice shoe, They're making characters for games and they're actually working in the industry, but the shoes they're making are the boots. They're like, fine, but not quite good. Those shoes were good. Okay, this, I don't know what it is, but it looks like some kind of a test. It has a cool render though, but I'm not sure it is a portfolio piece, especially this one. Oh, this is rotation and everything, yeah. You know, when we start our 3D journey or our drawing or whatever, we tend to put whatever we have, the best things that we have right now in our portfolio, which is great. But at some point in the future, we have to remove them. We have to keep our portfolio with only the best pieces that we have. Only, usually those are the recent pieces. So now, this guy has this portfolio. Probably he's still learning, he's still developing his skills, which is great. At some point, he has to cut off some of those things, especially those two things here, in order for his portfolio to look good. And this is one of the things that I always say. For your portfolio to look good, you have to have few, maybe few, but nice and the best pieces. Again, this is for professional portfolio. If you can have another portfolio in Instagram or DeviantArt. You can have another portfolio which will be your artistic portfolio. You can put whatever you want there and not care about the world. But in Artstation is kind of professional side, and people usually put their works in Artstation so they can find a job, so they can get freelance or whatever, and usually they get, if they're good enough. And to look good enough, you have to put the best works in your portfolio. For example, let's see this. This has a character here, and we have only this image here, which shows us this head. Not particularly best head ever, but we have this. It shows some design. Okay, we cannot see the character itself from different points, which I'm a little bit disappointed. I would like to see it. We can look at this character from different points, which is great. This is 2019, so 5 years ago. This is an old work. I don't recommend that. Keeping a work from this long ago, especially when you were still learning, is not good. For example, in my portfolio, there are pieces which are from like 10 years ago, almost, I think. But they're not, I was already in the industry, I was already working with this. I'm still learning, but I was already kind of good enough. And that's why I'm keeping those pieces. This is more recent, yeah, last year. It's looking great. It has a nice render, nice overall everything. It's good sculpt. So we like to see more characters from this guy. And for him, Jakub from Poland, to remove all of those old works because they are just making his portfolio look a little bit out of space, we may say. This is looking relatively fine. But yeah, Jakub, be careful. And yeah, that's it for Jakub for now. Having kids is a common sculpting mistake. That's hilarious, actually. Yeah, that's pretty hilarious. But it's true, actually. Although when you have kids and they go to kindergarten, and then, for example, me, I'm not working full-time anywhere, which is good for me, of course. But if you're working full-time anywhere, it will be difficult having kids and try to sculpt, to learn sculpting and develop your sculpting skills. But not ultra difficult, because when you're sculpting and your kid is watching, your kid will learn something. You're not like watching some movie and not paying attention to the kid. You're making art. And the kids, they like that sometimes, especially when they grow older. They like to watch sculpting. Any tips on noticing mistakes in sculpts? I know in 2D art people flip the image. What about 3D? You can try flipping it too, but I don't know. In 3D it's a little bit easier to spot the problems. The thing that I recommend, which also works in 2D, is to get away from your image. When I was younger and I was learning how to draw, because I had some classes of 2D drawing, and the teachers were always saying that. So you draw from imagination or from a concept or from something. We always drew from something, so we always have a reference. Is it a person or or natural things like vase or whatever, some not personal stuff. we always have something to draw. And when you draw, then at some point you have to go away for an hour, 2 hours, just get away from your drawing, from your work. This applies to sculpting. When you get back, the first glance, when you just first see it again, you probably will notice a couple of mistakes. You should notice. If you don't, then it's flawless piece and you should just put it in Artstation and forget about it. It will be amazing. I'll follow your hints to build my Artstation. Even I'm starting, critiques are welcome. Good. Have kids so you can teach them ZBrush and at 5 and they become pro at 9 years old and sculpt better than you. And then you exploit them and you get freelance and you give them to them and they are working and you just get the money. I think that's a good idea. Nico, what's your thoughts on interning even if you're 40ish? I don't think it's a problem if somebody takes you, if somebody gets you to be intern at 40, then you are fine. Let's see Dennis. Dennis, by the way, probably is Volkov, so I guess Russia. But let's see. Definitely Russia. Moscow. Moscow, раз, два, три. Посмотри. Yeah, there was this album with Rammstein and this Russian band of girls. I forgot the name. What's happening here? Maybe I'm getting a micro stroke or something. I just forget some names. Somebody will say it in the chat probably. But they were singing in Russian, the girls, and Rammstein was singing in, I think, English. So tattoo, yeah, tattoo, and Rammstein. Moscow, раз, два, три, Moscow, посмотри. Pretty good. So this one is nice. Although, you know, when I see fingers on the legs, I mean toes, I don't like to see toes which are dispositioned. I know this toe has to be a little bit different arrangement. You have to just watch references and, you know, watch them up close and try to mimic it a little bit, because there is a lot of detail on this character. And when there is a lot of detail on the character, the detail matters. So trying to find references. This is a humanoid character, so many human anatomy things will apply. But I like the render overall. It looks nice. We have this kind of monster, which is cool, but a little bit uncanny valley. Although it's a monster, it's kind of a monster bat. But we have some anatomical problems that can be addressed. By the way, when I was, let's say, when I applied to Gameloft, it was 2007. So 17 years ago, I was applying to Gameloft and I was drawing back then. I was 2D artist. So I decided to apply for Gameloft. And many people are telling me that I was not good enough. But I tried. I was drawing for a couple of weeks very intensely. I quit my job that I was in. I was onto web design. And I decided to do it and was practicing. And I posted in the most famous forum at that time in Bulgaria, which is called Graphila. Now it's not working. It's still in the internet. It's still there, but it's not working. So I posted there some of my works. And people were telling me, work more on the anatomy. And I thought that I'm pretty good at anatomy. But they tell me, you have to work more at the anatomy. So even I was not, I was not realizing that I'm not as good as I was thinking in anatomy. So anatomy can always be better. And this also applies. Here, this character is looking nice. Why? He has decent folds on the clothes, but the boots are not good enough. The face needs a little bit better work. Actually, when I look at it for the first time, for example, the face is what bugs me the most. It's just not completely right. Although it's not bad, in any case, but it can be better because the overall character looks decent. So the face looks a little bit like it's made from someone who is new in this, and it probably is. That's what I'm saying. When you're posting your Artstation portfolios, just put there, you are like, I'm doing this for 1 year, I'm 19 years old, or I'm like 25 and I'm doing this for 5 years or something like this, so I can know more about it. For example, if this guy is has less than 1 year practice, or he's very young, this is amazing. If he has like 5 years of practice and he's like 25, then it's not good enough. So it depends on those things. If you're young or old. So, oh shit! I kicked my UPS because I saw somebody gave me $10 and €10. €10 is more than $10, and I kicked my UPS. And when I kicked my UPS, my TV just did something weird. So I'm not sure what's happening here, but for €10 I will break everything here unintentionally. I didn't want to do it. So Cloud Guy gave €10, and let's read what he wrote. Nico, I've been doing 3D for about 1.8 years now, and I would like to learn drawing so that I can make nicer, stylized, and cel-shaded 3D creations. Are there any tutorial courses you would recommend? For drawing, I'm not sure, but when I want a course for something, whatever, doesn't matter. Lately, I wanted a course for how to speak in public. So I went to YouTube. No, not YouTube. I went to Udemy. And I wrote speaking or something. And then some courses came out, and I watched a couple of courses. I saw the reviews. I watched the first videos of some of the courses to see if the guy who is gonna teach me, if I like him, if I like how he speaks, and if I understand him. Because sometimes the accent, because many people are not native English speakers like me. I am not native English speakers, that's what I mean. So they're not native English speakers, and maybe I can't understand them quite well. For example, I have trouble understanding Indian English sometimes. If I listen to Indian English, English which is spoken by Indian people, at some point, maybe after like 10 minutes of listening, I start to get it pretty well. But if it just requires a little bit of getting used to it, you know. My son is 3 years old and he's autistic. He requires a lot of attention, but whenever I have time, I practice my sculpting in Blender. One day I will be a pro just like you. That definitely could be the case if you are young, if you are less than 33. Because when you get to 33, as we know from the previous comments, 33 and then you're done. You cannot do anything after 33. So be careful. Be careful. But good for you, man. I mean, I couldn't imagine having a kid with this kind of disability, we may say. Maybe I'm a bit rude to say that autistic is disability. I'm not sure if it's disability or not. But you have to be careful what you say these days. I don't know. So yeah, I cannot imagine what will be. Practicing ARM by watching your tutorial, going really well. I'm glad. Man, I have sent you my model at your DM as a chance I can enhance it. Could you review it and tell me the key points to improve? Thanks. Okay, let's go and see it. The model. Oh, this was the model with the horns, yeah. You can improve the area here. The chest, by the way, is too uniform. That it looks like ribs, those muscles. So open a chest anatomy, or just watch some muscular guys like bodybuilders. Just find references and try to make the chest a little bit more like their chests, you know. Otherwise, it will look a little bit awkward. Let's see here. Okay. Other than that, it's fine. I mean, it's relatively fine. So, just continue, make this model, make the low poly textures, whatever you want, whatever you have to do. And then just go to your next model. For example, here, those things on the legs, they look too uniform, too much the same. Each one of those, I don't know what are those, probably some kind of hairs or fur. They look pretty much similar to me, to one another, so it looks a little bit boring. But probably that's how it is in the anime or whatever is this from. So maybe it is fine. Let's see here. Oh yeah, this is fur. The fur, especially in 3D, we need to make it it's difficult to make, actually. And even me, it takes me some time to just do some things and to try to make it work. My advice is for those who want to make fur in 3D, just follow, probably not a tutorial, but just try to find references in Artstation for stylized fur. Probably it will not be like writing stylized fur and people will come on. No, you have to search for Fortnite models or for models from League of Legends, for example, and try to analyze their fur, if they have, of course. You have to find models with fur. And then you will kind of start to realize how the fur should be made. But this is my advice. Let's go and again to the Artstation portfolios reviews. Yeah, no more distractions. Thank you very much. Nico just posted on Whip's channel. You posted. Could I get a fast feedback? Although it's not Artstation. Not right now, because when I got back to here, we have to scroll again. So we will stay in the Artstation portfolio reviews. We'll stay focused on portfolio reviews, and we'll see. This looks amazing, by the way. Most of those things, but I will tell you which one should be removed. So Mako is from South Africa. Very nice. People from Africa are not very common in this channel, actually. And from some other countries, Asian countries, like Kazakhstan. We don't have too many people from Kazakhstan, but someday, who knows. This, very good. And the hair and everything, and it has only 3 likes, which is not good, but it's very cool. It's very cool. The render is nice. Everything is visible. The character is very much separated from the background, so it's nice. It has rim light. The expression is cool. The concept is captured nicely. It's not the same, but it's captured nicely. It's looking great. So overall, amazing job, I would say. Let's see this. Okay, this is cool. Anatomy sculpt. Nice. I like it. I dig it. I dig it. And this is cool. This is a practice, but it's visible that it's not just some fast practice and go. This is something that the guy has spent many hours refining and making into this, and it's visible. So it's good to be in the portfolio to show your anatomy skills. We have this guy. Let's see it from... Ooh, we have turntable. What I notice immediately in this guy, the fur is pretty nice here. Of course, this is not stylized, but still, it's nice. What I notice is that his face is looking a little bit small, but probably... Yeah, but the folds are nice. Yeah, Marvel's Designer, of course. Marvel's Designer is... I'm not saying don't use Marvel's Designer. Use it. If you want to make great folds, it's fine to use the Marvel's Designer. I'm not sure. He doesn't look very strong and muscular, but overall it's... the face, I mean. The face is a little bit feminine. But probably this is what he's like, so it's fine. Materials, render, just super nice. I like it a lot. So overall this character is just... wow. I'm amazed. And using Marvel's Designer in this very nice way. These are some tests, some practice hat studies, as he said. They are not exactly nice to be here. This one also probably needs to be removed to a professional portfolio. This looks very, very nice. So as we said, as we see, this guy is pretty professional. He's working in a studio because it's obvious that he is absolutely good enough to work in a studio. So what can I say about a portfolio of a guy like this? It's fine. It's cool. Let's continue. This guy say, I found your YouTube channel and server. I see you do mostly character reviews, but I dropped this in case you can give me some advice on my current artworks and how can I start sculpting. I don't want sculpting to my major focus, but just a skill nice to have. That's right. Sculpting is nice to have skill. Damn, I'm 38. Is it too late? Yeah, it's too late. 38 is already like you are dead to sculpting, you know, already. After 33, nothing. I guess I lucked out. I'm 36 with 4 young kids, but fortunately I get to use Blender for my work. That's cool, that's cool. Oh, you know, it's I'm joking, of course. Everybody can try, everybody can see if it works for them, and it's never too late. Even if you're 70, it's never too late to just jump in it, you know. Sculpting for me is a passion. I feel so nice when I sculpt. I feel so like in the thing, like in the movie. And the feeling is very nice, especially when you sculpt and you do some character and then it came out pretty well and then you post it somewhere and people are like, yeah, this seems nice, and you feel fine. Like for example, the dragon that I did a couple of streams ago, and at some point I posted in Instagram. I have Instagram, if you don't know, and this was the result, the dragon that I posted. Yeah, I worked a little bit more after the stream on it, just to make it work. Made completely different ribcage, and the ribcage was not very clear in the concept how it is. So what I did is just went into Google, write a bear skeleton, and I watched how the bear skeleton ribcage is, and I made it the same way. So sometimes you have to just not use only the concept, but if you want your work to become real nice because it's 3D, you have to go over that and find other references, you know. So yeah, this, let's see it. Yeah, this came out pretty well back in the days. And the painting by this guy from Bulgaria, this is one of the best Bulgarian painters of 3D figures. I mean, yeah, just super nice. This is a 3D figure of the last course that I did with the Dragon Girl. It came out pretty well, just out of the box, without any cutting and everything. Now for the guy the guy who is painting my figures, I'm paying him a little bit, and he's painting them. He wanted to cut it somehow, so I cut it from here on the thigh. Here we cut it from the thigh, and then it's two pieces. This way he will be able to paint it a little bit easier. Other than that, it's difficult. This one is just amazing. The dragon and the boy. Unfortunately, this course is available only in Wingfox. It's not available in Artstation or Udemy, where my other courses are available completely. Goro is not from a course. This is from a YouTube stream. Again, one of the streams, like this one. Okay, any fellow Hungarians? Probably yes. Do we need to know Marvel's designer to apply for character jobs? No, I didn't know any Marvel's designer. I know people who don't use Marvel's designer. Especially if you will do some stylized characters, you have to just know how to do folds. If you don't know how to do folds, then learn Marvel designer or learn how to do folds. And how you will learn how to do folds? You have to wait for my course for cloths and folds that will come out hopefully next year, if I do it. But we'll see, probably it will, why not? Hey, glad to participate on this portfolio review. It seems that the queue is long, but I hope you can give me some tips to improve it. We'll see. The queue, to improve the queue. No, you have to improve your skills, not the queue. The queue is okay. The queue is fine, like 50 reviews, we will get to somewhere, we'll see. What do you mean after 33 years old? Sorry, I just joined your life. Yeah, there was a little bit of history in that, so don't get it too serious. How many unfinished sculpts do you have? Thousands probably. No, hundreds most likely. After 33 years old, you're done. Your sculpt career is finished. You will never be great. Is it important to match the concept art exactly? Can I add something of my own? It depends. In the beginning, I'm saying we as artists, we like to add something of our own. It's very nice. When we're working on a piece for ourselves, it's fine. But you have to learn, in my opinion, especially if you want to be a professional 3D artist, you have to learn to match the concept very closely, if you can. That's a skill that I had to learn about 5 years into my 3D character journey. I was already working in Gameloft as a character artist for 5 years. And one of the guys, one of the, not art director, but art lead on the project. So he was doing concepts, and he was giving the concepts to us, and we had to follow the concepts up to a point, up to a pixel, you know. And in the beginning, I was very irritated by that, because usually we are doing the concept but loosely. I mean, it looks like the concept. It's not absolutely pixel perfect like the concept, but it looks like the concept, so it's fine. But he was giving feedback after feedback. You have to do this, you have to move this line here. And I was annoyed. And my other colleagues, like 3D artists, they were also annoyed. But at some point, I realized that this is elevating my skill of concept creation. I'm starting to see more things. It's very nice. So everything can teach, you know, even some things that irritates us. The only way to learn folds is Nico's courses. Of course, of course. If you know how to learn folds other way, so learn them. But if you don't, you have to wait for the course. How many characters is enough for a portfolio to start applying for jobs? How many characters is enough? To start applying for jobs, sometimes one character is enough. If you have a portfolio of only one character, but very nicely made, very nicely rendered, very nice presentation and everything, a pose, presentation, everything good, then probably you can apply for a job. Of course, 2 or 3 characters are better, and 3 is a good. So 1 character, you show that you can do the job. 2 characters with similar quality, you show that you can do the job constantly well. So not 1 character well and another one bad. So 3 characters, you definitely show that you can constantly do a well job. If you have 2 characters which are good and 1 which is old and not that good, then people will watch it and say, okay, he can do good characters, but we are seeing this one. They will not see the year. They will not see that it's 5 years ago. They will see the character and say, this character is not that good, so this guy is not that good. That's why I'm saying your portfolio is only as good as your worst work. This is the weakest link, you know. Hi Nico, finished 12 of your courses. Wow. Moving on from stylized to realistic art style right now. When I got good enough results, I'm looking forward to sharing my portfolio review. Much love. Thank you very much. It's pretty cool that you're doing that. I'm 64 and I want to do some sculpting, and I will love to sculpt for any studio. That's cool. That's cool, but you know, it's difficult. It's getting more difficult to get hired in a studio after a certain age, because usually they are looking for young people who have this kind of will to work, even for less money, but just to learn. And old artists, we are just, you know, we are old, we know our price, we are not willing to work for a very low amount of money, we are not pushing the hours, we are working from 8 to 6 and that's it. We're not doing overtime because we know our price and everything. So studios are tend to kind of renew their workers sometimes, and they want young workers who are willing to push it. Hello from Czech Republic. Hello. I'm 120 years old. Is it too late to start sculpting? That's a good question, but it's never too late. Even if you're 120 years old, it's fine. You can start sculpting right now. If you can move your hands, of course. That's usually you need hands. By the way, I realized that the biggest advantage of VR sculpting, which is with this thing here, VR sculpting, yeah, and with those things here, is that you can sculpt when you're standing. You can sculpt also when you're lying down, completely flat, lying down on the floor, and you can sculpt. It's just super cool. I like it. It's very much fun. The only problem I see is that these glasses, their battery is running out in about 1.5 2 hours, up to 2 hours. And since I'm working with like a wireless thing, they don't have wire. If probably I buy a big wire, a longer wire, probably it will be I can work for longer. I don't know if my head will hurt. But let's see. Anshul Kale or Kale, I don't know. Where is he from? He's from Pune, India. By the way, Pune, I know Pune. Why? Because my girlfriend back like 10 years ago, she was my girlfriend. Now she's still my girlfriend, but we have kid. So she's something like my wife, although we are not married. But whatever. She went to Pune, exactly to Pune, India, for work. She was working there for a month or so in Pune, and that's how I know Pune from India. India, Pune. It's a big city, but most cities in India are big in our standards, you know. I'm living in the biggest city in Bulgaria, which is around 2 million people. In India, 2 million people is something like a small village somewhere. 2 million people. But at least we have a metro, so it's fine. So we have hard surface mostly, few hard surface characters. Those are hard surface characters because they are like from Cube. It's fine, we need better renders for most of this, but this is a nice render, I guess. Yeah, it's not bad. Although this is not looking good enough. I mean, it's interesting how these reflections in the front glass are not consistent with the overall scene, at least doesn't seem so. So yeah, hard surface. I like this because they're shiny. I like shiny. But this here is a little bit the problem. Other than that, shiny and cool. Nice. Good. Continue your work. You know, in the beginning, I consider hard surface as a beginner study before sculpting, you know, because I started this way. I started with hard surface because making a character right away from scratch is, especially back in the days, there were no courses about that. There were no tutorials how to do it. ZBrush was in the very beginner stages of the development when I started, so I didn't know how to do it. I didn't have a tablet when I started 3D, so it was kind of super complicated thing to do a character when I started. This guy is from somewhere Russia. Somewhere Russia is a very good city. Somewhere Russia. I hope I can release my portfolio soon on the Discord server. You can. You can. I believe in you. Hello, could you give me feedback? Of course. I plan to create some indie games or make my own 3D prints. Here in Brazil, this market is growing. The 3D print market, I guess so. Yeah, by the way, I remember when I was in Buenos Aires, I know it's not in Brazil, but Buenos Aires, which is in Argentina usually, I was going into this kind of a market street. They have a big, very long street with some kind of shops and different stalls, whatever. And at some point I saw a guy who was selling, probably was selling some dragons, sculpts of dragons. They were not 3D prints because 3D printing was not a thing back then, 7 years ago or 8. But they were very nicely sculpted, so probably he sculpted them by hand, I'm not sure. But they were amazing. I just remember that. I don't know why. I remember this guy. Let's say this. This looks nice, although it's a work in progress. So, in speed sculpt. So, speed sculpts, we don't want to put them here. When you make a speed sculpt and you like it, you like how it is, just continue working on it. Put like 5 more hours into it, refine the hair, refine the clothes, refine it, and then this render is nice. So just make a couple of renders like this and put it here, and it will be amazing. Because the head is fine, it's pretty cool actually, but the other things are not well finished, and for a portfolio here it's not good. This one is not good. The head anatomy is not very nice, so I will not put it here. This one also is absolutely doesn't belong to a portfolio. You know, putting pieces in your portfolio like this one or this one just to have more things in your portfolio is hurting your portfolio. You need this. By the way, I have to take this. My son is calling me. Костатоше. Кажи. Ми хубаво, добре. Айде. I have to go and see if the door is unlocked, so he can come. Що не звониш досі малко? Alright, so this one looks amazing, but still, what happens with YouTube now? It crashed. My YouTube crashed again. But it's fine. We're continuing. Everything is fine. This looks very nice, but again, practice whip. It needs couple more hours and it will be just very nice. What else? Yeah, this is full of very nice things, but they lack a little bit more detailing, a little bit more attention to it. Otherwise, a pretty cool job on many of those things. This guy's good. We like it. And he has only 58 followers, but he's relatively new in Artstation, I guess. This one is not good enough. You know? When I see your skill, this, not good enough. This, also not good enough. This, no. Those things, no. This, yes. This one, it's fine. It's fine, but again, it's a work in progress. It's something like you do for just a 3D sketch of the actual character that should be. This, no. No. This one is fine, usually. Yeah, you have to figure out which ones you need to keep, and keep like 10 of your artworks, because there are too many. And some of them are just whips, and it's not good for a portfolio. Other than that, good work. Again, I'm trying to do the sandwich, you know, good, bad, no, good, critics, and then good again, you know, sandwich. Yeah. I plan to create some indie games or make my own 3D prints here in Brazil. Okay, we already read that. I don't know what happens with the chat. People are not chatting anymore. But I guess the stream is going, right? Too much powers here. Why Batman? No. The Batman was not looking good I mean, the chin was a little bit too small. He was looking like some kind of loser, you know. Batman should look badass. This I like. This, not so much. Why? Because the folds. The folds are a little bit chaotic. But this one is looking good. This is fine. This is nice. Very nice. This is also nice. So there are many nice things about this. But overall, it's too much thing happening at once. And this is... and this hand is just like... not good enough. Let's see. This guy is pretty good at hard surface, I guess. This is the only work that he has. Okay, so... I don't know what to say. The character is... you know, those hands are a little bit like... The pose is not good. Especially the hands. The hands are lifeless. They're just like this, you know. Lifeless hands. Doesn't look nice. This is looking great. The materials, everything is looking great. Although it needs shadow on the floor probably, but other than that, it's looking great. Okay. Let's see this. India, I guess. I'm just guessing. Let's see. Delhi, India. Delhi. Stream works. I think we're just anxious. Too much silence waiting. Yeah. Nico is direct and funny. Yeah, sometimes, yeah, some people think I'm funny. Some people think I am rude. Okay, this one looks fine, but it's a little bit washed out. So we need more vibrant thing in the character itself. Because we have amazing diorama here. Very nice plants, which is a great touch. This hand is looking a little bit broken, but it's not. It's just like that. It's fine. Other than that, it's looking great. Let's see other things. This is work in progress. When I see clay renders, I usually am a little bit, you know. And yeah, this is something like practice. And practice don't belong here. I told you, in my opinion, practice don't belong in your portfolio in Artstation. Go make a portfolio in DeviantArt. and put your practices there, it's not a problem. Or you put your practices here in the whips section. Maybe we can make a practice channel in the Discord and people will put their practices there, but whips is enough. Let's not make too much. Whips is enough. You can post a whip, then make another one and post it there. People will watch it. Maybe they will see it. Maybe they will not see it. Maybe they will like it if it's good. The previous guy from Russia, his whips were pretty good. Not the previous, but the previous guy. He had very nice whips, but they are still whips. You don't want to put them in your portfolio. Whips mean works in progress. Nico is really cool in his courses. Besides teaching sculpting, there is a lot of philosophy. Yeah, philosophy, probably I'm not the guy who can give you a lot of philosophy lessons, although I have lived for 40 something years. But I'm giving them anyways, you know. There are courses that I have recorded, so I am deciding to do it. Okay, this is a full character, but in the thumbnail we see only the head. And also, again, a little bit more contrast, a little bit more light on the character will be nice to have. And for the thumbnail and for the overall thing. Here we have a character, not this one. This is just a head, and it's not particularly best. This one, why do we not pay attention to the thumbnail? You see, the thumbnail usually should contain head and a little bit of the body, or the whole body with the head, but head should always be in the thumbnail. Here we have a thumbnail headless. You know, you should pay attention to your thumbnail. Your thumbnail is the entrance, the door, the facade of your work. If the facade is not good enough, people will not enter. They will not see your work. So the facade should be entertaining and nice. You should consider making your turntables and, you know, definitely when you make a a thumbnail for your artwork, a thumbnail, when you make it in Artstation, just take your time and think about it. You know, this is a nice thumbnail because we see a human face, and that's cool. And also, she has a nice, pretty nice material and everything, so she looks pretty nice, I would say. Very nice. This one is one of your best works, probably. Here, not so nice. And we have a lot of things going on here. But overall, we have face again, which is fine. Here we have a headless body, which is never a good thing. You know, not many people will click on this one. This has 4 likes. This one has 0 likes, which is not good. I will like it. It will have 1 like because it's nice. And we close it. And now we see my desktop. Unfortunately, I'm ashamed of my desktop a little bit, but not too much, so it's fine. Can you please give some quick feedback on my whip, Armored Assassin Girl in whip channel? I just started learning sculpting about 4 months ago. Okay, we will see. We'll see, but we have a lot of portfolios to review, so let me just do this. Mark and read up to this point. Then we go to Whip's channel. Then we can see. This looks cool. Should I finish it? Yes. This one is a practice. Okay. Continue practicing, man. This is our guy from United States. This one. Wow. You see? Pretty good anatomy. Very, very, very nice. This area here and everything. It looks... wow. This one looks amazing. This one also looks pretty nice. Yeah, very, very, very nice. There are a lot of very good people here. I mean, doing very nice things. Victor is doing great with the whips again. But just spend more time. Make it a project. Spend hours and hours. And at the end you will have some good result. And people will approve it. Babies and stuff. We have a lot of things going on here. Wow, this is a cool animation with cloth simulation. Wow, what's happening here? People are just crazy in this whip section. This nice, good. This is cool. This, of course, is a whip. So we will see what will happen. But this is not a very easy thing to do. I mean, it's complex. anatomy study. I like it. I do this anatomy studies all the time. This is the dragon. He had killed the dragon that we made. Wow. This is superb, I would say. Why am I saying that this is superb? Because I like the hand, I like the overall pose, I like the face. And when I see nice face and nice hands, and nice pose of the hands, I know the guy is good. And also we have pretty good folds here and there. Yeah, she's looking just superb. Of course, it's a work in progress, but it's visible that it will be super nice. But of course, this is from our guy, Sakupato Aguacate. This guy is amazing. He's so fast and he's doing thing after thing after thing after thing. He's not resting at all. And he's getting better and better. So, yeah, very cool. This is a nice head pose, or I don't know. And this is fine, although this thing... Yeah, I like the face, by the way. It looks very much like the concept. Probably more than my work was looking. Now, of course, it needs a pose, and we'll see. Ooh, this is Gordon Ryan, or who is this? Because of the face. Yeah, more definition, and those muscles look very kind of too stylized muscles, I would say. Too much like a toy. And this one also looking like a toy. If this is what you're aiming for, then it's fine. If it's not, then it's not fine. We already seen this guy. Why haven't I clicked this? Okay. Let's see. Aldrin Weston. From where? From Manchester, United Kingdom. I think we have seen this portfolio before, but I'm not sure, so let's see. Good things. This one I don't like too much on the thumbnail. Yeah, it's a little bit of a simple character, but ugly. This one is also ugly, but looks cool. And the render is fine, so it's fine. This one... Yeah, the legs are a little bit too simple. But it's... I like the render. Yeah, the render is cool. Let's see this. A dragon, or a dinosaur T-Rex. This is a Tyrannosaur Rex. Good. I like the renders. I mean, they are clean, sharp, and we have a lot of detail on the characters, so they look pretty cool. This one, of course, everybody likes to do this one. Not everybody. And it's cool even on the clay render. It's nice. This, not too much. I don't think this belongs to the portfolio. It's a little bit... Other than that, it's cool. We like it. This I'm a little bit curious because there are this looking like a Lego guys here on the title, and we have a lot of things here, which, for example, if we aim for a character artist, we have to remove some of the things that are not character. We have Scarab for 3D printing, but the render itself is not good enough. It doesn't show the overall like strengths of the character. It doesn't have too much ambient occlusion. It should have more. You know, when you're having a nice render engine like Cycles, for example, it doesn't mean like you will have immediately a nice render when you put two lights. It doesn't work like that. You have to try a little bit harder, and in the beginning it will not happen. Even I am a little bit rusty in rendering, so it's difficult. The render is not easy, but if you try more and more, some people are better in rendering than sculpting, so it depends. I like this shark, by the way. It's looking great. This is a person. We have hair cards, we have texturing hair cards and stuff. So, okay. This one, what's happening here? Yeah, this is a filter in Photoshop. It's not... I mean, it's interesting. That's why I clicked on it. I say, what's happening here? But usually people will not click. And overall render of this character is not good enough. I mean, there are a lot of harsh shadows, and some of the silhouette of the character is losing itself in the background because of these shadows. And the black background, of course. Let's see this. This is what? John Coffey for 3D printing. This is the guy from the Green Mile, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, some of the things can be removed, definitely. Just leave the best, as I'm always saying. The other ones, don't delete them, just hide them. You can hide them from view, and you can still see them, but people will not see them. You went through all the whips and skipped mine. A post Viking right above the bodybuilders and the light warrior girl. Alright, alright. When people are unhappy, I'm not happy also. So let's go. And... ooh, this looks very cool, by the way. I like the overall stylization. It's pretty clean. Everything is stylized and clean. Although it's a work in progress, as we can see from the beard and the hair. But we have nice folds here on the pants. They are working well. We need... yeah, it's fine. And the folds here we have. And overall silhouette of the character is great. Let's see the horse. Yeah, the horse is fine. Horses are kind of difficult to do. What is this? Is this Viking? Actually, no, it's not. Yeah, the anatomy of the legs is not good enough. The body is fine, but the legs not good enough. So we need to wait for my legs anatomy course. That's it, you know. Let's go again to our Artstation portfolios and continue working on them. Working on them. Am I working on them? Or am I just blabbing about it? This, by the way, looks pretty interesting. But what I can notice here is the eyes. They're a little bit too further apart. Maybe it looks more like an elf this way. Other than that, it's looking fine. And the hair is looking pretty nice. This is the elf guy. He has a low poly. Not bad. Not bad. Let's see this. Good. Elf characters are a thing. Nice. I like how she has this kind of a white eyelashes and eyebrows. And red eyes. It makes her look albino. The eyes, by the way, are very nice. And the lips, and there are a lot of good things here. And the feathers. Amazing feathers, actually. So a lot of skills in some areas. This guy is looking a little bit strange. He has this small sword. This guy is from, I don't know. And he's pretty old. I don't know what to think about this character. He doesn't have shadow on the floor. The boots are a little bit, you know. But if this guy from Germany, if he's kind of a young artist, he's doing a great job, especially in his latest works. They are pretty artistic and interesting. This one is from 10 months ago. This one is from 6 months ago. I think this is better. But yeah, what do I know? Hello from Brazil. Hello. Hello. Nico, I cannot commit to do a full sculpt. Any tips? I know it's very scary to do a full sculpt. For example, when I started working with the VR sculpting, which is pretty much different from the real sculpting. I mean, different from Blender or ZBrush. Different working tools and everything. And I was scared also to do a full sculpt of a full character. But I decided to go for it in order to learn how the tools works and everything. You will not push yourself hard enough if you don't do a full character sculpt. That's my way of, my train of thought for this. This looks pretty amazing, although we can always say that the metals, they're too much hard corners in the metals. Here we don't have any specular on the borders, on the edges, and we need specular on the edges. That's why we need the metal to be like this, not like this one, not super sharp without any specular, but with a little bit of specular it will be fine. But the face is looking just amazing. I don't know. Wow, this overall character is looking pretty well, except for the metal. The metal is a little bit like, what's happening here? Probably there is not a good HDR on the scene. And also all the metals are looking very thin. Why? Because they don't have specular on the edges, usually. But the character itself, now this is the concept, and the concept is pretty nice. The model itself is amazing. The anatomy and everything, amazing. But the armors are like, what's happening here? They don't look that good. Yeah, this we have seen this. This is very, very nice. I like it. I like almost everything about it. It's just super cool. The only thing I probably don't like is the shirt is a little bit strange. It comes from Marvel's design, but you have to enhance some of the folds to make them better and nicer looking. Other than that, great job on everything. So this guy is legit, you know. He is legit. As legit or liquid. I don't know. He's from Kazakhstan, which is great. We have people from Kazakhstan. But very, very cool. The metal parts looked like a foil. Exactly, they were looking something like a foil. Why are you working in Blender now and not in ZBrush? You have to watch one of my videos that I did in my other channel, which is called Speedchar. This one is Speedchar Live, the other one is only Speedchar, just Speedchar. So, yeah, I made a video why I quit ZBrush for Blender. This is how the video is called. Why I quit ZBrush for Blender as a professional 3D character artist. I think this was the whole name of the video. So here, the only thing that I'm interested in actually is this. Because I see a head. And people usually are attracted to heads. You know, when they see a head on the thumbnail, they tend to click on it more. If I see this on the thumbnail, I probably will not click on it. I'm not an environment artist. Maybe environment artists are more interested in this thing. I'm not exactly. This is something like art. You're doing art. You're doing a person, kind of a silhouette in front of very lit up neon city buildings. Which is fine, but I don't find it super, super attractive. And, you know, I probably will never do such thing. Because I like to do characters only. So we have a head here. It's a decent head. Not the best, not the worst. Maybe the eyeballs, they're a little bit not like balls. Yeah, they look like not very spherical, the eyeballs themselves. And they look a little bit too big. But other than that, it's fine, although it's just a work in progress. So, yeah, that's what I have to say about this. Can you make Retopo after Sculpt? I can, but can you? I don't know. Hey Nico from Germany. Hello, Germany. Or should I say, hallo? Achtung. Achtung. Now, what is this? A knight. Not bad, but still, this knight looks completely like a work in progress. And early work in progress. So, when you put something like this or this, they look like works in progress. This one even doesn't have smooth shading. And his mouth is a little bit too low on the face. So it has to be a little bit closer to the nose, the mouth. This one is nice. This one is looking good. The render is fine. Colors, everything. Only shadow on the floor is missing. Other than that, this one is cool. This one is again the other one, but a little bit more finished. I would suggest to just... I mean, this guy probably is kind of a beginner. Although, if you can do this for 6 hours, you're not a complete beginner. I mean, you know how to do belts and clothes a little bit. You know how to kind of combine everything and make a decent looking character. Although the hands are ridiculously small and, you know, they don't look the best ever. We have so many portfolios to go, but we shouldn't complain. This is a content. It's not the most amazing content ever, as we can see, but I guess it's useful for some people who like to learn, to see what they should do for their portfolio according to a professional 3D artist like yours truly. Brother, you are like Mr. Bean videos and movies. I'm like, Mr. Bean, you're insulting me in this way that I look like Mr. Bean. Hello from Tunisia. Ooh, Tunisia, nice. We have people from Africa. If I'm not mistaken, Tunisia is in Africa. But it may not be. So I probably am mistaken. Where is Tunisia? Tell me if it's not in Africa. Tell me if it is in the Arabic world or if it's in Africa. Hello from Turkey. I hope you enjoyed your time in our country. I enjoyed it a lot. And I gained 4 kilograms, which I never managed to shed. So I am fatter because of Turkey and because of your stupidly amazing food. I curse you. It's in North Africa, yeah, so I guessed it's right. Argentina, hello Argentina, very nice. We have a lot of people from a lot of countries. By the way, this character is looking interesting. This character has a lot of, and this is a complex character, it has a lot of layers of clothing. He has belts here, under them one armor, and under it another. And there is, it's a very complex character, so it's difficult to make. The A pose looks pretty spot on. I like it. We have little tiny wrinkles here, I mean folds, on the sleeves. They're looking great. We have nice low poly. Overall, pretty professional looking stuff. This guy, who is this? Self-taught 3D character artist since, wow, so less than an year, and you have so many models. I cannot believe that. Most people cannot, for 1 year, cannot do like 2 of those models. Those, I mean, like this one is pretty simple, but it has animations, so, and it was not bad actually. Let's see it. It's not bad at all. I like how everything moves very, very organically. Very cool, very cool, very cool, very cool. I'm amazed. This is from one of my courses that I did for another company. But this view from the character to make it as a thumbnail is not exactly a good idea. Other than that, it's looking relatively fine. We have to find more anatomy. Let's see how it is anatomy. Oh, project starting date and finishing date. So 8 days of work, and yeah, the armors are a little. It's like work in progress, you know. But the face looks very nice. I don't know if this guy made the face and the body itself, or this is some kind of generic model, because it looks like a generic model and just making the armors over it. But yeah, we don't know. This is from the Dragon Knight, but it's game ready. So this is low poly. It's not exactly game ready. We cannot say it's game ready because it's ready for the engine or whatever. If it's rigged, by the way, so probably could be game ready. But probably if the guy can animate, he probably can rig. So it's probably rigged. He made it probably in A pose, then rigged it. Yeah, and good job. Make some materials and even scales on the skin. Cool. I like it. I like it. I like how a guy who is working with this for less than a year, so 10 months, and he can do so many things, and some of them looks like there are guys who are working in the industry for 5 years and they cannot do something like this that good. I don't know what to say. I'm a little bit in disbelief in here, but who am I to judge? Probably everything is legit. Probably there are guys who are so hardworking. We just cannot judge. Okay. Portfolio champions. This we already have seen back in the days. Looking good. Yeah, let's see this guy how he's doing. Turntable. Better folds probably on the pants, I mean on the shirt also. The shirt doesn't have almost any folds. And yeah, it's a stylized character, I understand that. But few folds, just couple of folds, would just enhance the overall view. And the render was a little bit muddy, I think. Although those characters here in the top, they have pretty nice renders. So you can do renders, I know. Baklava and pistachio and kaymak. No, everything in Turkey was amazing and I was eating so much. Hi Nikolai, do you use Maya for workflow 3D characters? No. I saw you use 3D Max instead of Maya. In your opinion, which one is the best for 3D character workflow? For 3D character workflow, nowadays, Blender is the best. Maya and Max cannot give you almost anything better than Blender. So, this is your answer. Hello from Ethiopia. Hello, Ethiopia. Again, Africa, I know. Baklava, yeah. Hey Nico, how to learn and mastering car modeling? You have to make a lot of cars probably. The animations are just animations, not modeling. That's true, that's true. This is what I like to make. You want to make what? Whatever. I'm working with your superhuman course. Still trying to make a nice head. Nice head is difficult to make, that's why I made another course only for heads. And I think it's helpful. All the best, thank you. Can you please go through this? Next is mine. I'm nervous. Yeah, so should we click on it? No. Should we? No. No. Let's click on it. But it's on my other monitor, so we cannot see it. But let's take it to this monitor. And now we have this. So tell me in the chat, because you are in the chat, tell me, how long have you doing this? It's not completely professional yet, but I'm guessing you're kinda... this is from last month, this is from 3 months ago, this is from 5 months ago, this is from the assassin course, I think. Face needs more work, so work more on the faces. Faces need more work. Before you start doing expressions, better face anatomy. Although this is not super bad, but still, it needs more work. 2 days ago. So you are working in this for like how 8 months or less? 7 months, okay. For 7 months, amazing work. You know, you are making characters with... Yeah, the anatomy is not perfect, but it's on a nice level. They have clothes, they have hairs, they have expressions, they have renders. It's just super cool. Next for you, in my opinion, just focus on the anatomy. Head anatomy, body anatomy, everything anatomy. Just make a lot of practice, a lot of practices, and then try to make a character from start to finish with the low poly, with UVs and everything. It will teach you a lot. You will learn just amazing amount. Thanks for the review. I'm Kevin Adams. Okay, Kevin, where were you? Kevin Adams. Ah, this one. Yeah, pretty good. Kevin. Let's see Kevin again. Also, this was Kevin for less than a year, for 10 months, doing these great models. Kevin, are you legit or you are fake? Imposter. Are you Kevin? Think about it. Think about it. I'm scared as well. Mine is coming up too. Mine is next. Ooh, the people are here. Third, everybody is nervous. Hi Nikolai, do you use Maya for work for... We already read that, so we should not. Can we remove this? Oh, we can, that's nice. Okay, let's see, Rakesh Kumar. I like this head. I like this head. It's pretty cool. It's looking legit. I like the ear, by the way. The ear, usually people are working on the face, but ears, they're leaving them behind. Don't work too much on them. This ear is pretty well done. like the overall head is fine. This character is looking great. A lot of work have been done on the feathers. They look nice. Of course, this is mostly one feather or couple of feathers, just duplicated and put, but they are well put together and looks nice, very nice. The anatomy, of course, needs more work. Here, we should have a shoulder and then a biceps, and the only thing we have is a biceps that looks like a shoulder, but it's not. It's a little bit strange. It's probably a shoulder, but it looks like a biceps, so it's a little bit. Other than that, it's fine. Here, what we have here. Here, I think her face is a little bit small for the head, especially the nose and the mouth. If I was having this character, because everything else on this character looks very nice. Materials, render is just perfect. But the boots, they need a little bit more work, especially this area here. It's a little bit generic. But the face, just take the nose and the mouth, mask them, invert the mask, and just increase the size a little bit, and it will be amazing. But other than that, it looks pretty nice. Yeah, very good job. Very, very good. And this looks like it's a low poly or not. It's probably a low poly actually, which is even more amazing. Wow, yeah, very nice materials and everything, attention to detail. And it's a complex characters with a lot of things going on, so they require a lot of patience and hard work to do, those characters. So I would say, good job. These robots, yeah, they're still fine, but they cannot measure. I mean, the skill to make this, in my opinion, is much more than the skill to make this. This is mostly hard surface. But it's again a way to show your hard surface skills, which is fine. You only need a better material render for this one, I think. But it's cool. It's cool. Komar, it's cool. Let's see this. I just practice ZBrush every day for more than 7 hours. Ooh, very nice. After my job and your courses helped me a lot to get to a fast workflow with 3D sketching. Very nice. I started learning low poly environments. I'm self-taught as well. Please let me know what should I remove and work on. And please don't be gentle, be harsh and honest. But who are you, Blender Beast? Is this you? Ah, this is yours. Okay, let's see one of my favorite heroes, Deadpool. I think we have seen this Deadpool back in the days, but it's looking great. I mean, this Deadpool is looking great. It's a stylized Deadpool, a little bit too much folds, just random folds here on the pants. And here also, they're a little bit too random, because they are like parallel to each other, just like this. He's scratched from inside, which is, you know. So, folds which are parallel to each other and just close to each other, they don't work quite well. But overall, anatomy and everything and the overall character is looking great. This one, though, is not. This one is from some kind of anime, I guess. And in the anime, I'm sure that he looks like this, with super huge eyes, like a fly. And with this kind of awkward Joker smile. But in 3D, this doesn't look quite well. It looks very uncanny. It doesn't work, in my opinion, this kind of character. Let's see Hulk. Hulk looks nice. Although the folds on the pants are not that bad, but they're a little bit too many again. Especially in this area here. They shouldn't be that much. That many. But the render I like, the material I like, it's nice. Yeah. The anatomy could be better, especially on the chest. So, I've noticed in your other characters too, the chest anatomy is missing. Why? Those things are... It seems like the fibers, the muscles fibers on the chest are going parallel to each other. And they're not. The muscles fiber are going from here to here, from here to here. They're kind of going in... fan pattern, which it's not visible in here. But other than that, it's looking pretty nice. This one shouldn't be your main face here because it looks very awkward. This one should be. because it's looking nice. This character also looks interesting. Yeah, the hands are a little bit strange, but other than that, it looks pretty interesting, like a toy. And we have seen this portfolio before, I'm sure. Those houses look very adorable, very nice. This one, let's see. Yeah, not bad, but we have only one image, and when you are making 3D characters, never put only one image. So if it's very good, especially if it's very good, people can think it's AI. So give always a different images if you can, if you are proud of it. Make it a turntable video, it will be nice. This fist is not good. Not good at all. So be careful. When you make a fist, don't make it like this. Like it's holding something, but it's missing. Exactly, it's like this now. He's holding something, but it's not there. The thing is not there. He's holding the air. It's not nice. Be careful. Other than that, cool. Here, again, the chest is not looking great. The material on the body is looking interesting. But the chest and shoulder transition is not looking particularly nice. I was about to say I will sneeze, but I did it anyway. It's like premature ejaculation. You just can't hold it, you know. Just But yeah, great job otherwise. This one should be removed in my opinion. This one. Because in the thumbnail it looks very awkward. It doesn't have too much shadow, light. It looks flat. And yeah, we have a couple of things here, which are works in progress. But they don't give anything to your portfolio. They even can get from a portfolio. So bear in mind. Bear that in your mind. Hello, Bulgarian Statham. Jason Statham. Please also see the houses as well. So the houses, I saw them in the thumbnail. They're looking very nice from the thumbnail. But I cannot judge your houses. I'm sorry. I'm not the house guy. You have to find the house guy and he will judge the houses. I'm the character guy. I'm judging mostly the characters. Hello, Sifi fans. Almost ready to print. What do you think? There are always someone bigger and stronger, even if you're Predator. Okay, this looks cool. This looks cool. The face looks very, very nice, actually. Yeah. Those armors here, they look very generic. They're not looking super nice. But the face is pretty well done. And I would like to see the portfolio, actually, of this guy. But we are seeing just one image. Sorry about that. Yeah. Because, you know, the overall anatomy looks fine. The face looks particularly nice. So we have to see other characters. The only thing I don't like is the render overall, because it has super harsh and dark shadows, which usually are not very good for a character. Did you recruit for a company before? Did I recruit for a company? No, I haven't had the chance to recruit for any company before. But yeah, maybe someday I will be an art director. By the way, I don't like to be an art director anywhere. When you are art director, you have to lead people. When you're having people below you, basically, you're starting to change in your head. And you start to act like you are more than other people. And I've seen that. And I think that will happen to me, which I don't like. I don't know. I'm not sure I want to be an art director. Okay, this is a concept. Game ready character. Ooh, he's running. Not bad. He's jumping. Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about this character, because there are very nice things about it, and there are some things that I don't particularly like. For example, the folds on the pants, because those are looking like pants, and the folds, I'm not sure about them that much. Yeah, they're probably made by one of those new brushes in Blender with the fold brushes, the cloth brushes, but those brushes, they have a limited use in my opinion. So be careful with them. Even if you make something with them, then you have to refine it a little bit, because otherwise it looks bleh. But the character itself, nice. So here we have anatomy issues. By the way, the legs are looking very good. The bottom of the legs and the legs overall looking good. Now we have issues here in the elbow area because this muscle is kind of ending here, which it's not. And many people are making this mistake, by the way. Just making this as a Michelin man, made with just a couple of spheres or a couple of this kind of things. The human anatomy is more interesting. Everything is more like flowing. It's flowing. It's S-curves and stuff like this. It's not like that, but you know, it's fine. We have a character. Let's see this one. Ooh, he has a suit. And it's not very easy to make a suit, I know. So, good thinking. This is a commission for a character game rated to Unreal 5 in a PS1 style. Why do you want a PS1 style character these days? I don't know. Bar corrupts, yeah. But nice thing, of course, this character is more like you know, practice character, whatever. He doesn't have too much. Wow, this is a what is this? Ah, this is your inspiration. Okay, you'll watch from, because this hand is looking good. This shoulder is looking great. So your sculpt is not this. Yeah, but inspiration. You know, when you watch for inspiration or you watch something for reference, you would like to have the best possible reference from the best possible artists if you're watching some artists as a reference. So yeah, that's good. Oh, we have to end this. Ah, you start with clay, but why are your arms with clay better than your arms with 3D? I mean, what's happening there? Ah, a couple of years ago, so you forgot the arm anatomy in a couple of years. I'm joking. It's fine. But I'm telling things how I see them. What is this? This is Instagram. Nice, Instagram. We are checking out Instagram too. Ooh, that's a huge boots guy from Warcraft. What's happening? Should be Warcraft. Maybe it's not. But it's very small. We cannot judge exactly, but I like it. I kind of like it. It's a work in progress. It looks like a work in progress. If you color this guy, make a good render, higher resolution, I think it would be nice. We have some characters, but that's what I'm saying. This is Instagram. You can put your whips here in Instagram. You can put your whips in DeviantArt or other platform, and your best works with render and nice materials and everything to put them in Artstation later. This is just for fun and just to practice, you know. In order to have the ability to practice, to have the will to practice, you have to have somewhere to put your practices on for people to watch them and to have some followers. This guy has 310 followers, so when he posts something, there are people that liking it. Sometimes probably there is a discussion about it, and this is good because this is kind of like it pushes you to make more, and this way you're getting better. Wolverine, cool. Okay, good stuff, good whips stuff. This is this. Oni Lakanen. Let's bet he's from Finland. We'll see. Darksiders. Whoa, from Darksiders. I think with hand is different with mouse. Yeah, but usually sculptors, they don't work with mouse. You know, with mouse it's difficult. You don't have pen pressure. You know, that's why we work with pen tablets. Let's see if I get it right. Finland. Yes, I get it right. Sometimes I got it right, sometimes I'm not. For example, when I see a Russian name, I can say Russia, but it could be Ukraine, it could be even Belarus. You never know until you open it. Now, this is The Witcher. The render itself is a little bit weird because it is kind of the light is from the back, and from the front we don't have too much light. So it's a little bit on, like the face is a little bit flat. looking. And the eyes, they're too further apart. They're like, you see, the eye is this wide, and then we have one eye and a half, almost two eyes distance between the eyes, which is unacceptable. Maybe the Down syndrome, I'm not sure, but usually it's not. I mean, for the normal Witcher, it shouldn't be acceptable. Let's see if we have... Yeah, we have the medallion. So this is just a bust, but we have a low poly, which is great. This one is a study. Wow, this is a pretty good study, I would say. Good anatomy overall. Yeah, good anatomy and everything. I tried to copy the sculpt made by Francois-Joseph Bossiot. Nice. And the snake. And the snake has this, all these scales. Looking good. This one is looking good. This one also is looking good. I like you know, the material of the skin is not superb, but I don't think I can make better, so it's fine. It's very nice. And creature. This is from Harry Potter. Ah, this is from Harry Potter. Yeah, yeah. This is a friend of the guy who is looking like Putin. Domi, or how was the name of this? The little gnome, or I'm not sure. This one is looking cool. And again, the eyes are very further apart, but still, this is a creature, it's fine. The other one is a Witcher. Probably he's a creature too, so it could be fine, I'm not sure. But more anatomy of the face and practicing and understanding is always a good thing, I would say. Dobby, yeah. The knee is kind of weird. Yeah, probably, yeah, there are a lot of things that could be done better, but it's overall is not bad. If I open my portfolio now, I probably will be able to say a lot of things about my stuff also. I mean, you can always be critical on others. It's easy. It's very easy. Of course, to make a constructive criticism, it's a little bit more difficult because it requires a lot more experience to know what's wrong with the stuff. Sometimes you look at it, you know something is wrong. It doesn't seem right, but you cannot pinpoint what exactly is wrong. We should be. The critical approach is the only approach. Serbia forever, you know. Yeah. Miloš, I guess you're from Serbia, right? Yeah. I love to hear this is wrong, this is weird, more than, oh, it's cool. Exactly, this is what helps you. Oh, it's cool helps only your ego, and it doesn't help your art. Your art is only helpful from hard criticism, you know. This sucks, you have to do more, do better. 20 push-ups, stuff like this. Da. Okay, guys. Mine is coming up now. Man, I'm nervous because I already know it's bad. Which one is yours? Let's make 2 or 3 more. Let's see what's happening here. 1 hour and 43 minutes. We have time for 2 or 3 more. This is Tevio from Vietnam. All right. I'm a little bit, you know, I was to Vietnam. I spent a very good time in Vietnam. I like it a lot. So I would say amazing portfolio, very nice. But I know this guy. But in the thumbnail, this guy doesn't seem very nice. He's dancing here. Very cool, by the way. I like how he's dancing, but the model itself is like meh. And the thumbnail is not looking very nice to touch. You know, this thumbnail looks amazing. This one looks meh. You can see the difference. This one also looks meh. I don't want to touch this. So look at the thumbnails and just remove those that are not looking great, or change them. You can change the thumbnails. For example, this looks very clear, very nice, very sharp, very cool. This model, amazing, very nice. Yeah, when we see it from the side view, it's not that good, but from this point, it's amazing. This cat, it's a little bit busy. The background is a little bit busy. Overall, it's looking fine, but a little bit more sharp render with a blurred background and more focused on the cat probably will do it a better work. Because now it's like, what is happening there? It's something messy. We don't understand what's happening there. So it's a nice model and models and overall scene, but I think it deserves better presentation. We have cool, those are cool thumbnails. Nice, let's see this one. Nice hair. Good stuff. And this is from last month. And it's looking great. I mean, the head anatomy is going well for you. Okay, this is from 2 months ago. Work in progress, by the way. It doesn't belong here too much. So if you want to leave this here, just finish the hair. Spend a couple more hours onto the hair, make it more interesting and overall nicer. Also, the eyelashes, they look too generic. And this is, if this was a whole character with the body and clothes and armors or whatever, everything, then I would not make better eyelashes. No, but now this is a character which is only the bust. So you need to make the things better. This is from one of the streams that we did. Yeah. Nice girl. I like it. Amazing hair, by the way. And overall great character. Nice skirt. And the character is super, super cool. And you have spent kind of a long time making this character because the character has a lot of things like this jacket and some accessories and belt with a belt buckle with everything, and the hair is kind of taking time. So good, very good. This one also, to make it look that good, these clothes are very nice. The material especially is like velvet, and this around the edges, amazing stuff. I like it a lot. And this yeah, the back, very cool character. So there are a couple of characters which are looking amazing. Some of them are just older and they need to be a little bit removed, probably. My username is Maluma is a few posts down. Yeah, we have to go there, right? We have to go there. Further down, okay. Is it making me want to sculpt so bad? Definitely go after this. So rather don't post whips on Artstation. Yeah, don't post whips on Artstation, it's fine. But even if you post some whips and you like them, just remove them. Just take the whips, couple more hours into the whip, make it better, and you will learn how to make things better, to detail more. I think it's better. I was thinking about putting the dragon, by the way, in Artstation, but we'll see. I put it in Instagram, so yeah. Okay, here we need more folds in this area. It couldn't be like this, just straight without any folds. It cannot. The face is looking great. This thing here, relatively nice. The cape is looking very big and heavy and nice. The eyes are looking a little bit too small for this face, I mean, and they're a little bit too further apart. So people tend to make that mistake for the eyes, to make them small and very further apart. Further. So we have some weapons. Let's see some weapons. I like weapons. They're good weapons, actually. Let's see this character. I like this one. It doesn't have face. Although the faces of your characters are not bad, but this one, for example, yeah, it looks like Brad Pitt a little bit, but it's just a face. We cannot see even the eyes and the ears. Let's see. The ear is not bad, particularly. I don't know if this is good for your portfolio, by the way, to have this kind of character. This one, yeah, the eyes, okay. The mouth is a little bit generic. It's like flat here, like absolutely flat between the lips, which usually is not the case. And also the clothes, they're looking like they're made out of some kind of plastic, hard plastic, because they don't have any folds. You know, from the folds of the clothes you can judge the material. If the folds are big and bulky, then the material is more heavy, like leather, for example. If they are like small and thin, then it's more like some thin material, yeah. But if you don't have any folds, then it's plastic. Okay? This is not bad, actually. But the face is looking a little bit strange. It's like it's smashed a little bit like this. And this portion here on the top looks very big. I don't know. It's too big. It looks like a woman with beard a little bit. I'm sorry that I'm, if I'm rude, but a little bit looking like this. Anubis. Anubis, we have anatomy. The anatomy is fine. Yes. And the overall things are fine, but again, folds a little bit better. Could be. Always. Sir, please check Kartava 3D environment artist from Artstation. Or, since Kartava is spamming, we may put him in timeout. Yes. He's already said he's focused on character art, not environment. Yeah, no spam, he'll review. Yes, good. Let's go, Daniel Vasquez. From where? From Venezuela. And he's a 3D artist, modeling, and generalist. Okay. So he's not a character artist, or not considering himself a character artist. Although this is a nice character. It's not presented perfectly in this case, because it's pretty dark. And we have to just go and try to see what's happening. But it's fine. We have a good axe. It's looking great. This character is very low poly. And it doesn't have any normal map actually. So it's just like this. But probably has some animation. Let's see. No, this is just from Sketchfab. It's just looking like this. I guess it works. Like a pixel art, but 3D. Nice. And we have seen this, by the way, portfolio. I'm sure back in the days we have seen this. And let's see this. Robot. Low poly. Very cool. We have roll poly. We have, this time we have maybe normal maps. But no, we don't have, I think. I don't think we have normal maps. We have normal maps. If we didn't have normal maps, we wouldn't have these things in here. And they should be with normal maps. Because in the low poly, we don't have polygons there. So normal map, yes. Okay, good. Good stuff. This one looks interesting, but it's a little bit uncanny valley. I don't know how to pinpoint it. The skin, the hair looks very nice. But there's something probably in the nose, in the mouth, Before you start putting skin and nice shaders and everything, I, for example, have never made, not never, but I think a couple of times I've made something that looks pretty realistic. But before I start doing something like this, I would make absolutely sure that my proportions and everything is completely on point. Because then you will spend hours and hours on something that's not a good base, Alright. I cannot pronounce this name, but I will try. Avijit Mojumdar or Avijit Mohumdar. I'm not sure. From India. From India we have a lot of clay renders here, which usually is not that good. I mean, clay renders are fine here and there, but people like to see color, And when you put something like this, people are like, okay, this is a work in progress. And they won't even click on things like this. You see, 11 likes. Yeah, cool, because it's a nice model. This one, 5 likes. This one, 2 likes. Because it's something like speed sculpt or work in progress or something like similar. We have a lot of, vehicles, weapons and stuff like this. It's fine, I guess. Looking good. But in this case, a lot of things in one portfolio. And my suggestion is at least 70% can go away. Just leave your best works. For example, this is fine, but it's a relatively simple model, And most of the guys who are working with Blender for, let's say, 1 week can do something like this. So this is not exactly, and also this. Simple models, and they're the last models that people can see here on the first page, they will not scroll down to see more elaborate models like this one. This one is much more elaborate, much more skill is needed for this or for this. But they are seeing these models, which are ultra simple to make. So be careful with the portfolio like this. Be very careful. Hello from Switzerland. I just want to say thank you for your courses, which are very good. Thank you for buying them, you know. Except if you haven't bought them and get them from the torrents, then thank you just for saying that, you know. Then we're not getting to my today, but that's okay. I'll get there next time. Yeah, next time, probably maybe tomorrow, we can make another one just to get with the other ones. Some of those portfolios we already have seen, already have been doing the reviews. So yeah, Nico, how can I send my works to you? I will tell you now. All of you, listen. In the description of this video, you will find, if you can, because it's a little bit, you know, link to the Discord server, my Discord server, it's here. And this Discord server, you can post your Artstation portfolios in the Artstation portfolios channel in the Discord server. I'm one scroll down. You're one scroll down. We will get to it, no problem. Maybe tomorrow, if you have time to watch tomorrow. So thank you guys for today. That will be it. Tomorrow we may do another reviews. I'm not promising anything, but I guess we should do it because Christmas is coming, New Year is coming, so we probably will do less videos between Christmas and New Year, or none, since I will not be at home. So yeah, ciao Nico, hvala za stream, goodbye, goodbye. Miloš from Serbia. You can post in Artstation and paste the link in the Discord server. Yes, завтра stream во сколко будет? The same time probably. How is the same time in Russian? Самое время, no. Только время, no. I don't know how it is in Russian. That's why I don't speak Russian, you know, because I cannot, you know, invent it. When I hear it, I will know what it is, but big fan from Saudi Arabia. Thank you, Faris. Good night, goodbye. В то же самое время. Yeah, it's a little bit complicated, you know. Что же время? В то же время. Okay, yeah. В то же время. Ладно. Okay, bye guys. See you.